Bon, alors, salut, bonjour tout le monde, bonjour Tsunami, Khalid, Jeanne, bonjour, I'm not going to read all the names, Mary, bonjour Véronica, bonjour tout le monde, Gumseat, Hélène, bonjour, it's good to have you on the chat, Gurpreet, sorry, I don't want to offend anybody and mispronounce your names. Bonjour, 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 the Satmeister. Bonjour de Satmeister. Bonjour tout le monde, j'espère que tout va bien. Are you married, Alexa? Is that your question? Is that a question? Are you married? I am not going to answer this question. Nobody needs to know if I'm married or not. Okay, thank you for the new site. Bonjour, bonjour. Okay, I've got a few questions here that I already received. I think, was it, I can't remember the name of the person because it's going too fast. Okay, it's the difference between atterrissage and embarquement. So a little word before we start about D-Day today, which is la célébration du débarquement en Normandie le 6 juin 1944. So on the 6th of June 1944 at midnight, I think it was, on the 5th, between the 5th and the 6th, was the Normandy landing. And the difference between the word débarquement and atterrissage, atterrissage is only about planes. So a plane atterrit, so un avion atterrit, okay, so we talk about atterrissage, okay, l'atterrissage, and débarquement will be for boats, okay, so I'm hoping that I'm answering your question. Another question as well, what is the difference between how do you get vocabulary for B1 to B2 levels? Can I just very quickly put myself in small here? Bonjour Narendra, bonjour, on t'aime, sweet. Bonjour tout le monde, bonjour Maria, bonjour, bonjour. Fatima, do you have any suggestion for beginner? I'm self-study French and video and Duolingo. Do you know what? Before I do the B1, B1, B2 level here, just when you are starting as a complete beginner, you start as a A1 level, okay? And A1, A2 levels are considered as beginners, okay? How do you start? Well, Duolingo is a very good way of starting learning a language in terms of vocabulary. What it's not going to teach you, however, is how to put those words together and how to form sentences. What I would do, though, is my YouTube videos are very useful, and other YouTubers, French YouTubers that do grammars and things like that will help you put sentences together. So if you manage to understand the functions of verbs and other adverbs and pronouns or whatever, then you will be able to put sentences together. What I would do if you're A1, A2 level, take it easy, learn the vocabulary, learn avoir and être, which is to have and to be in the present tense, and then try to make short sentences. I have a pet. He is white and black. He is 2 years old, and so on. So, and once you're confident with building up sentences, then move on to more complex sentences. Learn as much vocabulary as possible. Learn the difference between the first, second, and third group verbs, because that will help you so immensely into conjugating properly the verbs into different tenses. Okay, can we have people from here in the group? Sorry, I'm reading randomly. I shouldn't have. There is too many comments. Okay, now to come back to L. Boyd question, B1, B2 level. Okay, this is the second level up to A1, A2. So I would call it intermédiaire. And Quizzic, and I'm going to do some publicity for these guys because they are amazing. Quizzic is amazing at archiving every single little grammatical bits that exist in French. And so they map out what you know. So you do a test and they will tell you which level you are. So it's a very clever, designed by two extremely intelligent people Gareth and Simon, and they managed to map out actually and help you map out how much you know and your level. And you will be able to see on their website what level you are and what you need to learn to get to this level. Okay, so that will be good. Okay, and do we have another before I get on with other questions? Could you please teach Japanese? Annie, Yana, yeah. Are you serious? I don't know. Because I have been searching for a good YouTuber to teach Japanese, but nobody is as good as you in teaching. Oh, bless. Oh, you have, Honey, become my best friend ever. No, I don't teach Japanese, I'm afraid. But yes, it's all about having a good teacher. I agree. Okay. So we talk in French. No, we don't need to talk in French today. I'm answering questions. Bonjour, tu es belle et sympathique. Quel âge as-tu? Answer me. Sanjay, seriously, answer you. Actually, it was my birthday last week. Et j'ai 48 ans. I've said it. There you go. I could be your grandma. Ok. Alors, bonjour Mary, bonjour Sajine, I've said Essam. Différence entre éteindre et atteindre. Oh, I like this question, but I think you asked the difference between atterrissage et débarquement. Éteindre. Et atteindre. Can you see? Et atteindre. 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 Now, what is the difference between atteindre and éteindre? I'm asking you. What do you think that is? Okay. Now, éteindre is to switch off. Switch off. I'm not sure how to write switch off. Did I write switch off properly? Switch off. And atteindre is to reach. Okay, two different verbs, and yet they sound really the same when you say them into their infinitive form. Okay, so please say my name. Sonal. Are you Yash or Sonal? I've said your name. Okay. Sachin, don't tell my age to everybody. I thought they might not understand French. Ah. Ok, bon anniversaire, merci. Ok, so, merci, vous êtes gentil. Ok, so, éteindre, to switch off, atteindre, to reach. Ok, j'éteins, tu atteins, il atteint, nous éteignons, sorry. J'éteins, tu éteins, il éteint, nous éteignons, vous éteignez, ils éteignent. Can't even conjugate that verb, it's so hard. And atteindre, j'atteins, tu atteins, il atteint, nous atteignons, vous atteignez, ils atteignent, I think. Do you know what? It's a very good question. I'm having problems. If you have problems with conjugating verbs, then I do advise you to get the Becherel, which is the conjugating book that we have in France. There is an English version, and it's available on the shopping list that I have. Shopping Amazon that I suggest that you buy. Okay. Could you tell me how to steps to speak French? I always get nervous when I try to spend or talk. Is that what you mean, Marianne? How do you not get nervous when you speak? I don't know. I think the best way to do it is first of all by doing it on your own and learning the basics of the lingo, and then practicing with someone that you feel confident with. For example, it could be me, but of course I can't teach you all, guys, because I don't provide private lessons, but find someone that you feel confident that you can talk to and not be afraid of making mistakes. Okay, so you could find that. Once you have that, then join a conversation group or go to France. I know it's more easily said than done because not everybody can just like that go to France and spend 3 months. I certainly cannot because I'm in London here. So I would, if I were you, do that. Learn the basics. Learn confidently how to put small sentences, complex sentences together. Practice them with a private teacher. Even on Skype, there's tons and tons of services available for you guys to learn a language on Skype nowadays. I mean, use technology. Then join a group to converse, okay, or go to France, okay, or take an exam. Taking an exam helps you work harder, I find. You know, if you've got that as an objective, it's not bad. Do you have any videos on learning the subjunctive form? 92 loose cannon. Is that real name? 92 loose cannon. No is the answer to that, and you're not the first person to ask me. And yes, we are going to do a few. Subjunctive. Can you imagine how hard it is for a teacher to teach the subjunctive, knowing that in a lot of languages there is no such a notion of subjunctive? Okay, so I would, if I were you, wait for the lessons. But by the way, it's available on my Learn French with Alexa, the website. I teach the subjunctive, you know. Of course, I teach a lot of things for free on YouTube, but if you go on the website, it's taught in a more developed way. So I do teach subjunctive a lot. But I'm going to do a couple of lessons on subjunctive soon. Okay. Now, what is your motivation to teach you so well, so free of cost? That's a good question. So why do I actually teach so well? Well, I don't teach so well. I teach the way I teach. So it's just the way I teach. And why do we work so hard teaching you and giving you free material? It's because I'm passionate about teaching. And I want to share that to everybody. Okay, you have the people that we pay for it, and I'm very grateful, always very grateful, because this is what, how we make a living here in the office. You know, there are 5 of us working really hard to produce the most amazing content. Okay, and also we have to provide free material for you to be able to use it if you take an exam, you know, especially if you can't afford it. So that's my motivation. I want equality for all. Okay. Nitya, teach future simple, please. Okay, I'll come back to you in 1 minute, Nitya. I like your question, though. Je te boire et boire café. Vous êtes formidable. Khalil, thank you. So, je te vois et je bois un café. I'd love to drink a coffee, too, with you, Khalid. Okay. You and a private teacher and convo group is how I'm learning, but I live in south of France. Barbara, that's a good, actually, to answer the question of how can I practice the French, Barbara is doing it obviously with a private teacher, a conversation group with me on YouTube or on my website, and that combining these is a great way to practice. So you learn with me some grammatical points, but you need to apply them. You need to say, okay, well, Alexa taught me that. I need to practice this with someone that can speak French. Yeah, I like that, Barbara. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let us know some good French application to practice speaking. I'm going to say Duolingo. I don't want to do publicity for other businesses, but Duolingo and Memrise. M-E-M Rise. R-I-S-E. Very good to practice sentences and words and things like that. And of course, my website, okay? And though it's not an app yet, it will be soon, hopefully this year, okay? Teach future simple. Yes, I'm coming to that. Wait a minute. Now, you're an amazing teacher. I'm an English teacher and always use your games in my class. Oh, Fatima, thank you. Well, thank you very much. Which past we use in written passé composé ou imparfait? Mariam, two different functions. Okay, so very passé composé, composé, okay, or imparfait. They have very, very different functions. Okay, so it depends what you want to see. In written French, we tend to use the passé simple, which is called the past historic. And I tell you, not nowadays, people don't, but in books you can still see it. You know, the passé simple is quite common in books. Not so much. I would never talk in the passé simple. Passé composé is an action that took place in the past, so you use it with a pronoun, you use it with an auxiliary, and you use it with a past participle. For example, you say je as a pronoun, you know, and you want to say auxiliary avoir or être, okay, avoir in the present tense, so Let me use j'ai, I have, and then a past participle. J'ai mangé. I have eaten. Eaten is the past participle. So it's an action that took place in the past and is gone, done, over with. That's the function of the passé composé. Now the imperfect is a past tense. Actually, as a matter of fact, they are both past tenses, by the way. Okay, past tenses. Okay, there are a few past tenses. They are both past tenses, but the imperfect is slightly different. It is je mangeais. So can you see the difference between the two? What is the difference, actually? Can you see the difference? Now, the difference is that one is using the auxiliary plus a past participle, and another one is using special endings. Can I just say to you, if you're a complete beginner, an intermediate, learn the endings of tenses earlier rather than later. The more accurate you're going to be, the more you will be understood by a French person, and the less awkwardness there would be, if that makes sense. Yeah. So make it accurate. If you make it accurate, then the person understands when the action takes place. Give me the right ending, I would know when you are talking about. Okay. That's a tip that I think I would suggest. Now, difference between passé composé and parfait. An action that took place in the past and is gone, done, over with. Passé composé. Imparfait. I was eating. Okay. Or I used to eat. So that's the difference. So it depends. It depends. To answer your question, it really, really depends what you want to say in your sentence. Now, do you remember me from your live clip about French verbs? CJ, I want to say yes, but no. I really want to say yes, CJ, but I don't think I do. But I'm so sorry. There was something I needed to... I can't... yes, future sample. Someone asked me about the future sample. I'm going to come back. Peggy, I like your Learn French with Alexa. Merci, thank you. And we are called LFWA sometimes, you know, hashtag LFWA. When are you coming to India for a workshop? A sort of like that. Sachin, what a good idea. Are you paying for the expenses? Because I have a team. I'm not coming on my own. I'll come with my people. So now I got 55 out of 100 in French. Well done, I say. Well done you. You know, it's better than nothing. And at least you tried. Quelle est la différence entre je me lève et lève? Sam. Oh, it's always the same person. That's not fair to answer always the same person, is it? Bonjour, I'm an Indian, so it's quite difficult for me to pronounce the words because I have an Indian accent. When you referred your video with my pronunciation has improved. I'm just 11, but learned most of, and then 8, I think. 11. Oh, Arushi, sweet. Say hello to all your people for me, your parents. That will be lovely. Okay, the best teacher I've ever had. Thanks. Mary is officially my second best friend after Anid. Was it Anid? I can't remember. Bonjour, Pakistan, South Sudan. Okay. I want to learn French degrees. Do you have that videos? No, Amruta, actually we don't have. Do you talk about temperature? I don't have any videos on that. There's about 700 videos or 600 videos. I don't think I have. Why is it Café des Sports and not Café de Sport? Because it's the Café of Sports. Mind you, I can see why you are wondering actually. It's Café of the Sports. So the difference between des and de is that des is translated of the sports. So it's the Café of the Sports and Café of Sport, Café de Sport, made of sports. That's the difference. Okay. Now, very quickly, teaching you future simple because someone has mentioned that. super quickly. Aditya, bonjour. What can I do to improve my listening skills? Now, Aditya is a special person because she's a member of my community. And the good thing with becoming a member is that you get access to the support guide to every lesson that I post on YouTube, and you get to see me live teaching you a proper lesson as well. So that's why I make a fuss. Okay. Right, so very quickly, how do you improve your listening skills? Films, French films, radio, okay, conversation classes. But one thing I would say, if you improve your listening, if you want to improve your listening skills, watch a French program with French subtitles, okay, because you will be able to associate the written word to the speaking, and it's really hard. And I would even suggest to watch the French film in your language first, okay, so you have a context, you know exactly what's happening, so you're not lost in the story, and then watch it again in French with French subtitles. That will be a great way. Understanding the context is all about that, you know. By the way, when you speak any languages from anywhere in the world, if I go to Spain, for example, I don't speak Spanish, but I can guess what people are talking about because we talk about the same thing everywhere in the world. Think about what we can talk. Family, food, what money will be, the job, the weather, all these subjects. And I can assure you that, correct me if I'm wrong, but for wherever you are in the world, we will talk at least about these 5 things. If you can think of other things, health, I can think of that. So as long as you understand the context of it, you should be fine. Lynn, bonjour Lynn. See, another member of mine. Okay. Please, would you provide us French notes on my WhatsApp number? Bablèche, I can't do that. It's impossible. How do you want me to do that with nearly 700,000 subscribers? I can't do that. Okay, but future simple, yes. Oh, Elboy, how do you become a member of your community? Is that when you subscribe to the website, or is it something different? Ellen, very good point. Now, we have now, we are associated with a YouTube community now. If you click on the join button underneath my channel, so you've got join, and that gives you access for $5. Is it $5, guys? $5? Don't know, I'm asking questions. Nobody is listening to me in the office. $5 a month. If you, yeah, I think so, yeah. Okay, $5. Okay, if you pay $5 or £5 a month, it gives you access to all the support guides that I post on YouTube, plus access to the live lessons. So it's not bad going at all. It's a great deal, I think. It gives you a lot of material. Okay, not $5. Oh, Sachin, 2 or 3, I think. Oh, okay, I don't know. No, Sachin, you're mistaking the community and my website and my course. 2 very different things. The community, for less money, you get less, but you still get support guides and me live every week nearly. So that's how. So here we go. Future Sam to finish. Because I promise, who was it that asked me? Futur. Alors, futur simple. Basically, guys, it's when we want to say, I will walk. So, for example, so how do you form will in French? What did I say to you earlier on? I said that it's all about the endings of the verb you're conjugating. So it's going to be the same for the future. Let's take, for example, marcher. Okay, I take marcher. Okay, marcher. Here we go. You take marcher as the verb, and that means to walk. Okay, and what you do, you add the special future ending. That's going to give me, indicate that we are talking in the future. How do we do that? Well, when you want to say, I will walk, we do it like this. Je marcherai. So as long as you know the ending of the tense you want to conjugate, you are accurate. It becomes quite hard when it's the third group verbs, when it's irregular. It doesn't have much of a pattern. But I would suggest that you learn them. You learn what they become in their future form, you know. I've done many lessons on that, many lessons on that. How about us Iranian? We are sanctioned, so we cannot pay. And no, do you know what, Fatima? Injustice. I don't know. I feel. But we here, we have. The fact that I'm giving you hundreds of hours for free already on YouTube, you know, is good to me. That means that's what I give to my community for free. The rest of the time, it is not in my control to decide, you know, whether you can buy or not. And I'm so sorry. And you know, I feel guilt, but there is nothing I can do about it. Okay, so Akil, je marcherai. CJ, you just had a suffix. Yes, well done you, CJ. You on fire, CJ. Okay, so tu. Drat. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Tu. Here we go. And then you learn those endings by heart. So by the way, here's what I'm going to do. Il marche. I'm going to write the word as it is, and then we are going to have the ending together. Elle marchait, on marchait. So on is we or one, and then nous is we, okay. And then vous, okay, vous. And then il, and that's it, or elle. Okay, we've got two ways of saying that. And by the way, if you're not familiar with the pronouns, subject pronoun, I have done a video on that. Okay, oh, I can see people they're already conjugating it. Okay, so before I do that, do you know how to conjugate avoir in the present tense? It's relevant, trust me, to what I'm doing. To have. Present tense, we want to say I have. J'ai. You have. Tu as. He has. Il a. Elle a. On a. Nous avons. Vous avez. Ils ont. Elles ont. Okay? Now, if you know this by heart, then your work, half of your work is done here when conjugating in the future tense. Look at this and learn it by heart, because these are your future simple endings. Okay, let's have a look. So remember, j'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, on a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. Can you see that? And all of a sudden, I've conjugated the future simple. Je marcherai, tu marcheras, il marchera, elle marchera, on marchera, nous marcherons, vous marcherez, ils marcheront, elles marcheront. Okay, so it's all about knowing the endings, and that means I will walk, you will walk, he will walk. We do not have a modal will. We don't have would. We don't have could or should. Okay, so you've got to replace the right ending at the end of the verbs. Okay, so yes, I'm nearly finished here. Do not worry about making mistakes. I think it's the best way to learn languages. I agree. Don't feel too, what's the word? Self. I don't know what the word is, but self-aware of your mistakes. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Nobody is here to judge you. I mean, especially not French teachers. I mean, if they do judge you, then they are not good teachers, by the way. Just get rid of them. Okay. Unless it's obviously your secondary school teacher and you can't. Okay. Can you briefly explain subjunctive case? I can't. I said I can't teach you subjunctive. I did say that I will I will do a practice your French video on subjunctive. I promise you that. I can't just in 2 minutes teach subjunctive unless, I've got to do some research as well. Please tell me things. Tell, what is the futur antérieur? The futur antérieur. Okay, so now just because you have got an exam tomorrow. Okay, I can't. Do you want me to teach you que, qui, de quel, à quel, or futur antérieur? I'm going to teach you futur antérieur, okay, which is the future perfect, okay, future perfect, or I'm not teaching it to you, by the way, because it would take too long, but futur antérieur is that. So, futur, this, je marcherai. We've just learned that, yeah? Je marcherai. I will walk, yeah? I will walk. Now, futur antérieur, which is a future perfect, I will have walked. I will have. And so what we've done here, because it's a future, we've put the auxiliary avoir, because it's a composed tense, the auxiliary avoir in the future tense. So I will have walked. Okay, I will have walked. This is a future antérieur. So one piece of advice, if it's for tomorrow, your exam, learn avoir in the future tense and what the past participle of that verb is. And you will sound really clever. You will. Okay. Il aura regardé. Pranit is good. Well done, you. Yes, he will have watched. Very, very good. Very good. How long does it take for an average student to be fluent in French? Well, how long is a piece of string? I don't know. You've got so many factors that enter in consideration here. Do you get to practice as often as you want? B, are you in France? Because if you're in France within 2 or 3 months, you will have had a pretty good understanding of French. And it really depends. It really depends of your dedication. Are you more of a trodder than a runner? How long is a piece of string? So it really depends. Dawn, can you make some sentences in the future? Alors, I'm going to say that I will come back live, Dawn. I'm so sorry that I won't have time to cover the future. But if this is something that you wish to do, then absolutely. Now, have I done the future tense? Watch my practice your French videos, because I do a lot of practice on them, and I get to do a lot of sentences. So whether I've done the future tense yet, I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look. I think I covered the future tense, but then again, I'm not sure. So watch this video. Self-conscious, Barbara. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Self-conscious. I said self-aware, didn't I? I ready to study, but still a bit nervous. Paramprit, don't be nervous. What's the point? I mean, what's the point of being nervous about anything in life? It's unless it's in your control. Yes, maybe. Then, make the right choices. But if it's out of your control, no need to be nervous. Seriously, Arishi, how can she tell what? What do you mean? Please tell something about culture and civilization, some unknown facts. Syria. Unknown facts of... that reminds me, if you want unknown facts, you've got... Soon, we will have a podcast called Alexa Unplugged. And you will spend 30 to 40 minutes with me every week. So we are recording them at the moment. And you will have a lot of French facts. So it's in English, but we are going to teach you a lot of French in this podcast and a lot of things about French culture. So I can't teach you now anything. Podcast, yes, nice to hear. The podcast will be coming soon. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. Pranit, I make a note of everything that demonstrative adjective Pranit I'm going to do on the practice your French, by the way. So watch out for this there are too many questions. Oh, thank you, Amida. Okay, right. I'm going to stop here. Okay, and hopefully you've learned something. No, CJ, do you use only avoir in the future antérieur, in a future perfect? No, you use être as well, the same way as you would use the two auxiliaries for different verbs. Okay. Okay. Bonjour, Shreya. You're a bit late. Captain Brian, mention my name. Sorry, mention my name is not Captain Brian's name. Okay, right. Au revoir. I'm going to say au revoir. À bientôt. And bisou bisou. AB. I learned French because of you and got, yes, 85 out of 100. Well done, you. Okay, au revoir. See you soon. À bientôt. Bisous bisous. Salut.